Welcome everybody to session 24 of Fables from the Pickled Quipper. Last session, we were back in the second tier of caves underneath, almost underneath the Pickled Quipper itself, actually. Certainly very close to the former tavern. Oh, you guys have a name, of course, now. The Hand of Aegis, there we go. In the previous session, dealt with graffiti and little bats. This time, however, a little bit more severe test as Grells launched an assault. And then the Chul was attacked. Sleet Storm was brought out for the first time, which caused absolute chaos, I think it's fair to say. Kedox was felled by a Grimlock's dying swing, and Savarius killed off the Chul with his rather signature White Flame Blade. And I believe that is pretty much exactly where we finished. So, let's return to the caves. The creatures have been defeated. Snow and ice have melted away. You know you have been making rather a lot of noise. What would you like to do?
I would like to look around this room real quick and see if it keeps going through, or whether this is a dead end.
Like off to the right there?
Yep.
My right? East, I guess. Yeah, you can certainly do that.
Alright, so I'll move over there. And as I'm passing Silvaris, I'll just kind of try not to mumble and be somewhat sympathetic and say, sorry about Kedox. And I just keep moving along.
So, as you get there, you have about 10-15 feet, and then the space opens up in front of you into a vast cavern. Not cavern, perhaps chasm would be a better word. You would guess... It's tough. You look out into it, you don't see a back wall. So you know it's got to be at least 90 feet across. Maybe more. Hard to say. As you look down, you see the rough rock sides dripping with water and probably various other things. And they go down beyond your eyesight as well.
Does it kind of look like there's a way to walk around, or is it just like a giant drop-off?
There is just a drop-off. Roll me a perception.
8.
You've spent a fair amount of time underground. You have a certain appreciation for just the layout of underground. You get the feeling that this could well be a natural opening. Certainly, you don't see worked rock, worked stone. It looks like it just opens up into this. As you kind of look around, there's nothing to indicate its size, but you do know that some of these can get very, very, very deep, sort of hundreds, potentially even thousands of feet deep.
I'll just backtrack and say that's not the way to go. We should check out those doors.
Savarius, he'll nod.
Esker's going to just sort of follow Bardoor wherever he happens to be going at a short distance.
So going back into the room where we fought the those brain creatures that I can't think of what they're called right now.
Grells, yes.
Grells, yes, the Grells. I guess in the southwestern portion, that does not seem like it's been explored very much, so maybe I should check that out too.
I presume even though we had made a lot of noise, we'd be at least being kind of cautious, right?
I think that's what I would anticipate.
Yeah.
So you continue down the corridor. You see it opens out. There are steps leading down, and there's a couple of lit braziers that you can now see just at the top of the steps there that lead down into this sort of chamber of sorts. A little bit of rubble here and there. Beyond that, you don't see a lot else.
Does this area look like it's been worked?
Yes.
Like the stone or anything like that?
Yeah. Especially as it kind of drops down, the chamber itself looks like it is a worked area for sure.
I'm gonna drop back and tell everybody that there's two braziers that are lit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So two braziers that are lit. It looks like it's going into a room that has been crafted by hand. So possibly another area to look at before we meander about. It's hard to say what these rooms would have, but again, I don't necessarily want to leave something open behind us.
I mean, we have no way of knowing which is the right way anyway, right? We don't know what's onwards and what's backwards in a way.
Not really. The only thing that, like this one, seems to have some sort of habitation or use because of the lit braziers. So
that
there's
seems promising of that there is reason to go down there, I would think.
What under here would need fire to see?
You?
You get this.
Like,
Just this look from
oh, you mean what else?
Not
Yes, I see.
Well, should we try to sneak our way down there as best we can? If we haven't already given Arrow itself away.
I think so. Snake away.
I
Be
shall.
right behind you.
Alright, I'm gonna try to sneak down there if I may. How much light are these braziers giving off, by the way?
It's pretty dim light, to be honest. It's like 20 foot of dim light.
Okay.
So they're not
I
like
will-
raging.
Alright, well, I'm gonna stop at the edge of it.
Ooh, Bardoor. Just as we're getting close, I say, maybe I can try something real quick.
Freeze those fires out.
Well, kind of. Just one of them, just to see if anything comes over. A
Okay.
test.
I'll get my bow ready just in case.
Before you do that, I'm just going to slide you guys back here.
I do this before anything else happens, Phil.
As you get
Just kidding.
here,
Uh-huh.
Bardoor, you see a little bit more of the area. And just as you get to here, you see what appears to be a dwarf-like creature. Unfortunately, you don't see it very much, and you don't see it very well before it launches a tiny white mote in your direction.
We cross it.
Does a 20 hit?
It hits me.
That's who it's going for. Claire, you see as this impacts, and you recognize what appears to be a guiding bolt. Hit with alarming ferocity into the chest of Bardoor, and he is now currently glowing.
I back off.
Bardoor, you take 26 radiant damage.
Okay.
And
He
now,
seems okay about that.
now you may everybody roll initiative.
22.
13.
I did that because I selected it.
20.
Yeah. You can also see, standing next to him, a very heavily armored chap.
Now,
Okay.
these guys are pretty far away, right? How do you do
Yes.
that? So they're like 90 feet away.
Yeah, right about that.
I don't think I can see them, right? Oh, there's braziers. Yeah, I can see them.
Yeah, there is a brazier in front of him as well, and another one. So
Do they look
So-
like regular dwarfs, like Bardoor, or do they look sort of like meaner?
now you've had a chance to get a better look. You would say these are not regular dwarfs.
Question.
Yes.
If I had never entered the light, would they have been able to see?
An interesting point. No.
This is James's subtle way of getting me killed.
Yeah, sorry. but I'm just saying.
That is actually accurate. I tell you what, you guys both move forward another 5 feet. And unfortunately, that
good news
damage
is-
does get redirected onto Eska instead.
Now here's a question, Phil. They
Yes.
can't see him, but he is in front of me. Would they shoot at me but hit him? And if they were going for my chest, that would surely be a headshot on him. Maybe a critical hit.
I'll tell you what,
So,
each of you roll a d100. Whoever wins, the other one gets hit.
I see it coming and I duck and it hits Silverius.
I just so you know, I wasn't trying to get you hit.
No, I know. I just suddenly I realized the implications as you were saying it, and I was like, uh-oh. Oh, no.
Definitely hit Eska. 96 versus 59. Deary deary.
He pulls out the big dice. So how much am I taking now?
Was it 26? Yeah, 26.
Alrighty.
So you can see those two are kind of on the far side there. So the one guy looks to be in some sort of vestments. Can't tell who's right now. The big burly chap next to him is wearing studded leather armor, has a large shield on his left arm, and a battle axe in his right hand. They both have very emotionless faces right now. You can see they're relatively well lit up because they're right next to the brazier there.
For the record, Eska has a very emotionful face right now.
Bardoor, it is your turn. You are currently glowing rather radiantly. Oh no, sorry, you're not glowing. Eska's glowing.
He's bathed in the glow of my radiance.
Well, he's not though, is he? Let's be honest.
Oh, because he's
Not me.
invisible.
Yeah. You are currently invisible. And you see these dwarves ahead of you.
I will hunter's mark the thing that blasted.
11 just deflects off his chain shirt. Now he knows where you're shooting from, so I'd say this one would be normal.
Fair.
Oh boy.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Natural 20. That would be.
So 16, 20.
There we go. 20 points.
You see this shot fire through the arrow lit up by the two braziers as it goes past, and impacts him kind of in the clavicular region. I don't think that's a real word. And he staggers backwards for a second and kind of like gasps. Didn't take him down, but he's not looking good.
Well, maybe I can get him with the dread ambusher then, because I get a third attack.
You do. 15 hits. And damage?
6 plus 7.
Okay.
13.
Yeah. Second one comes through, hits him in the other clavicular region, on the other side. There is a cry out in Undercommon. Does anyone other than Bardoor speak Undercommon?
No.
No.
But if it hasn't been 10 minutes, I have comprehend language.
It was ow, basically,
Ow.
in Undercommon.
Ow.
Vital clues.
And he drops. Cosette, you're up.
Okay, so with the guiding bolt on Eska, can I see where she's at?
Yeah, she faintly glows.
So
She's a ripe candidate for a hit right
Just-
now.
So I think I can get to her if I squeeze past Silverius for difficult terrain. So I will come up behind her, kind of hold my shield up, and kind of help her take cover against the wall. And I will cast Cure.
At what level?
I'll do second level. So only 9.
Eska looks over double happy for that. That's a solid chunk of hit points.
The chunky boy on the far side of the room bellows, starts rushing forward.
he was just going to bellow at us, and that was.
And then he...
So, Phil, can I see where he's at right now because of the dim light? Does that
You
give
can
me
now
enough
see him. He
to
is
be
in the
able-
dim light, yes. Unfortunately, that means that you can see him grow. He is now approximately 8 to 9 feet tall. All of his weaponry has grown with him. No, that's it. That's just all of his weaponry has grown with him.
That's convenient.
Do I know what this?
Roll a
Oh no.
history with advantage. History is a -1. That is a 7. The DC for this is very low, given that you're familiar. This is a Duergar, a deep dwarf. And you know that Duergar, some Duergar, most Duergar, a lot of Duergar, have the ability to increase their size. It's just an innate ability that they have been blessed with. Eska.
So you said he bellowed. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Did he seem like he was just bellowing in excitement, or in greeting, or in warning? Like, what sort of a bellow was it, if I was to judge?
Roll me insight with a disadvantage, since you don't know Duergar particularly well.
No. If there's one thing I hate more than dwarfs, it's deep dwarfs. Let's
what?
see. What?
What?
I got a 15.
You think he's relishing a fight?
Okay, it was a bellow of excitement then.
Oh yeah.
Eska's not really feeling like fighting right now, so she's going to move behind Cassette, and she's just going to like turn and just let loose an arrow on her way, and then she's just going to keep going and get back where Cassette was.
Eska, where are you? Oh,
Sorry.
Are you checking your range?
Yeah, 65. I think 80 is 80.
80 is short bow.
Oh, I have a longbow now, so I can see even longer.
150.
For short range?
Yep. Long range of 600.
It's crazy.
Outrageous.
It is called a longbow.
14.
He sees you firing,
I'm not surprised.
raises his axe, and swats the arrow out of the air before it hits him.
Yeah, Eska definitely gets behind Silverius. She's just kind of like, as she passes Cassette, she does give a nod of thanks.
Severius.
After all the commotion, Silverius steps out. Can I see? All right. With that, I'm gonna sheath the dagger, because I can. I assume use the light cap. Take the dodge action.
Claire.
I guess, technical question. Does him making himself bigger count as a magical effect?
Make an Arcana check.
22.
You think this is something that is just built into them, and probably not something that you could, for instance, dispel.
Hold on
Disable
one
spell
second then. Let me look at my spells. Well, since Eska is actually right there and still not looking great, she's going to step up to her and cast another Cure Wounds on her second level.
Alrighty.
So 11.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that'll be it for her.
Bardoor. And you are up.
I'm a hunter's mark. Him.
Okay.
I will continue my longbow assault. 11.
11 does not hit.
It's impressive.
Feeling
It really is.
it. Second attack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good gracious. 16.
He tries to put his shield up, but his reaction is just a little bit slow. because his arm's a little bit bigger than it was, and it just sneaks past the shield and impacts. So you do
That's not-
successfully hit.
50.
He takes the damage. Doesn't look particularly phased by being hit by an arrow, if we're being honest. That's that. You see this chunky boy lit up by these 4 braziers.
Okay. I'll move up. While she's jogging up, she'll pull a javelin and throw it. It'll be a disadvantage, but
Throw
well,
away.
actually, is it dim light? Is it already a disadvantage?
No, dim light's fine.
16.
Yeah, that grazes his leg.
Cool. 8.
He accepts the damage.
It's very gracious.
Could he scream out, "I don't accept this"?
And how does drawing a javelin work? Like, you can't draw 2 javelins in the same turn, right? Even if I have an extra.
draw 2 javelins.
Okay.
One in each hand.
I guess. Yeah.
That does not hit. That one he is able to just bash out of the way with a shield.
Okay.
And now it is his turn. He stands at the top of the stairs, tucks his battle axe under his left arm, reaches behind him and grabs a spear. And he's just going to start throwing spears at you, Cassette. So he reaches back and throws 1. Oof, 10 to hit. Which I'm assuming does not hit. Very good. He's going to try again. Oh dear, 13 to hit. Eska.
Eska's feeling a bit more happy about life now. She is going to poke her head around the corner, shoot them, and then just head on back. Just report to Claire as to the nature of how this goes. 22.
Yeah, that's a hit for sure.
8 piercing damage. Eska runs back around the corner and says, "I think I hit him. He's very big."
Savaris, you're up. As you walk up, you glance down and see markings etched on the floor that you did not see until you stepped there. I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw, please. Tell a lie. You do not make any save.
Oh, that's good.
Let me just ask you briefly. Do you have anything that prevents you from being put to sleep, aside from just a gosh darn determination to not be put to sleep?
I was banking on the gosh darn determined.
This is a man who's barely slept in 4 or 5 days.
Did I mention I'm sensitive? I wake easy.
Yeah, you step through. Yeah, gosh darn it, if you don't just take a nap.
All the problem.
So you actually fall asleep right there. And just fall prone.
So Varya goes, like, he starts that slow kind of walk into jog into run, unsheaths the sword in a minor flame, and just goes.
From my perspective, Phil, since I'm just right next to him, do I see? Is it something he stepped
You
on?
see this glyph light up in front of him. And there's just this sort of vroom, that you couldn't see, and he could not see. And as soon as he treads on it, it just goes boom, and then he collapses. And you're really not sure what happened to him, to be fair. He just was there standing next to you, and then he was gone. Suddenly, standing right next to Silvarius, there is a dwarf. And he takes a swing with advantage at prone Silvarius. That is a 22 to hit. He swings down his war pick, dealing 6 piercing damage as it punctures your back.
Does that wake him up?
Yes. That does wake him up.
There you go.
Most definitely.
Dang it, I'm never gonna get to use Dispel Magic.
Yeah, you have no idea where that dude came from. Because he wasn't there a second ago. And then Yeah, no, Cosette, right in front of you, you see another one pop into existence from out of nowhere. And watch as he grows. That is it. Claire, it is your turn.
Is there enough space around Eska for me to move through, or is she going to be difficult terrain?
You can go to the
Yeah, there
west.
is like half a square to the left of her in
Yeah.
there. Okay. Popping around the corner. She is going to... Oh, she's going to cast a firebolt at the small one.
You very nearly hit Silverius. I mean, as a whisper, if he'd have been standing up, you would have probably hit him. As it is, it whistles through the gap between the tiny Durgar and the really big Durgar.
In that case, she's going to cast Spiritual Weapon, and it's going to pop up right here, but kind of right in the middle of every.
Okay, a little unicorn hammer. And that's swing at the little guy again?
Yeah, we'll just go for the little guy.
Okay. 14 does not hit. It just deflects off his shield.
And that is it then.
Alrighty, Bardoor.
I guess I'll just keep working on the guy I was working on if I can. Or is there too much stuff in the way?
No, you can still see him.
Same as before.
Yeah, 17 just hits.
Alright, so 13 damage. 20.
Yeah.
12 points damage.
Also hits. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of starting to look a little bit like a pincushion. And he's swaying a little bit unhappily. If anything, you'd think you may have just made him angrier. Yeah, you're pretty sure you made him angrier. Cosette.
I think with him being a giant creature, the uppercut is a pretty standard attack.
Oh,
21 to hit. And I'm gonna Divine Smite.
Oh boy.
Okay, so 12 bludgeoning for the attack, 2d8 radiant damage for 9.
21 damage. That's a lot. Yeah, the flail just comes up and sort of rips through the rather shoddy looking scale mail on him. And he looks like he's barely hanging on.
Okay. I'll do my second attack for 11.
Yeah, uppercut again. Just employing the windmill approach. Yeah, windmill very effective.
So he's dead.
He is absolutely dead.
Can I close the distance if I just give a quick glance?
Mhm.
I know she may not have time to do a full look, but do I see anything that would trigger the runes? I mean, I know there was a guy.
You got the impression that was a one-trick pony. As you looked at it, they faded, and there was just a little ashy residue there.
Okay, I'll move up to kind of get right in.
Okie dokie. He looks down at you and prepares to swing his mighty battle axe. First attack. Oof. 1 to hit. Swings and nearly topples over as he loses his balance. Second swing is a 20 to hit. He brings down this huge battle axe and cuts down, lacerates your shield arm quite badly, dealing 16 slashing damage. And then he swings again. 25 to hit.
Well,
First one chops down. Second one, backhand. Kind of, honestly, there's a hint of uppercut about it. Cuts.
well,
Cut into the breastplate, dealing 22 slashing damage.
that hurt. Sufficiently trained is a
good work, Cassette. Everybody shouts.
Eska, you're no longer glowing, by the way.
Oh, I was going to ask. Eska's going to come around the corner past Claire and seeing Silverius look like he's about to, wake up from his nap,
He is still on the floor at the moment, yeah.
she is going to reach out a hand and imbues him with haste. Oh, I should click the thing so you know what you're doing. So your speed is doubled, you get +2 AC, advantage on dex, and extra attack.
Well, strictly speaking, extra action. That could be an attack, a dash.
It's
a
Silverius, it's going to be attack.
Or use it. Yeah, I know.
I could try to hide.
He'll use the extra action to get a bit more shut-eye before he joins in.
Quite possibly.
And that's all I can do.
All right. Hasted Silverius, it's your turn.
Ooh. After waking up very rudely with that smack to the chest, going to hastily stumble to my feet. After Cosette took those rather large hits, and reach out my hand, do some arcane gestures, and when he closes his hand, cast Thunder Wave.
So the
Constitute
3x3 in front of you. Okay. What's the DC? That's the DC 14. So the Durgar in front of you failed miserably, and so is subsequently pushed 10 feet backwards, and actually goes an extra. Let's give him a dex save. See if he can keep it together.
Does he go? Because he was in front of the brazier, right? Does that stop him, or does he go kind of through it?
He kind of tumbles over it. Yeah. Let's give him another dex save. Oh no, he takes some fire damage too. So he takes 13 thunder and roll me a d6. Okay, 13 thunder and 2 fire. And this brazier is now extinguished. Big boy there takes some damage, but is not pushed.
and move forward and take a swing at the big guy.
Okay. This is your hasted attack. 19 definitely hits. Yeah, you actually see him. As you go to stab him, he tries to parry your weapon, but doesn't quite pull it off. And you're able to stab through just under the armpit into the ribs.
Gonna bonus action kind of taunt him.
Come on.
Use second wind.
As you say, come on. Right next to you, another Durgar appears.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Both of them enlarge themselves next to you. One having appeared as if from out of nowhere. Claire, you're up.
Oh, she is going to step up next to Bardoor. She is going to cast Aid at level 3 on Cassette, Silverius, and Eska. So everyone will get 10 extra hit points for 8 hours.
Oof.
The hammer is going to move to the original. Well, I guess it's going to stay where it is because the original big guy is still.
Yeah. And you can see he looks like his armor is actually lighter, but you feel like he's just stacked. Whereas the other guys kind of have more, dare I say it, more of a Bardoor kind of build to them. This guy is like more of a Silverius of Duragar.
Real beefy.
Real beefy.
So a 21 to hit
Yeah, 21 definitely hits him though.
for 6
Okay.
force.
Oh, Bardoor.
I'm just gonna keep working on that big dude. So
Mhm.
I'm actually I'm going to switch sides. I'm going to run around Eska. And, yeah, in an attempt to potentially get an advantage. I don't know if that'll work or not. It's stalled.
Yeah, I think you would have advantage. You also see a bit more of the area now too.
Yes. Natural 20. So that would be like 26 damage.
Ooh.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't like that. He's looking real shaky after that one.
And let's see. I'm gonna shoot him again. Normal. 15.
That does not hit. That just lodges in his shield. Cosette.
She was pretty shook by that last attack. I'm gonna do a flail attack. I can't remember if it's
16 hits.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do another Divine Smite. So, 5 Radiant, I believe it is.
Okay. And what type of swing are we doing here?
Like a backhand, like maybe she was reeling over from getting hit before, and she just kind of stands up and against. I don't know how tall he is. He's probably pretty tall.
8
actually,
feet right now. Yeah, you go through, you swing. The flail, as the radiant energy bursts into it, you just go right through his legs. I mean, like through his legs, and then he just collapses in a bloody heap at your feet. One stump rolling down the stairs behind him. He is no mess.
Excellent. So there's 2 more, right? And they're both in there.
Yeah, you actually can also see, because of the, wasn't thinking here, but because of the light, you can see the back of the room pretty well.
She'll step up and do another swing at the one that fell through the brazier.
Okay.
Can I get a good swing from there?
Oh yeah. I mean, he's also about 8 feet tall, so even though he's kind of fallen, oh dear.
Yeah.
Even though he's falling down, he's an
it's
easy target. Yeah, this one's going towards his head, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. How's he looking? He took some damage.
Yeah, he's looking.
I mean,
he looks bloody.
These aren't pretty sturdy.
These guys are nothing like the first guy you fought.
Oh, that'll work. 18.
Yeah, there is just a mess where his head should be. It's just stoved in, well and truly. He is fallen.
Like in Braveheart when William Wallace gets the guy in bed.
I don't remember, but I'll say yes because you seem very sure.
I do remember. It's a good moment.
It was violent.
It was, yeah.
This was violent, certainly. This was very, very violent. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's even my turn. She's like taking really deep breaths.
Does she mention anything about freedom while she's doing it, or not?
Eska, you're up.
I guess I'm gonna come down. Can I see them from a little ways down the corridor past Claire?
Yes.
I'm gonna shoot him. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna shoot.
Not
them.
always easy to tell with some dwarfs.
That'll be a 27, 13 piercing damage.
13 hits. Arrow is loosed and hits him in the ribs. And there's a gasp, and he and Cassetta are having the same difficulty breathing by the looks of it right now.
I just moved back closer to Claire.
Silvarius.
Signature White Flame Blade time.
24 hits.
It will deal 4 slashing damage. Okay, yeah, 8 fire damage.
You flambe him. He is ouchied.
While he's ouchie, I come back around with a hasted longsword strike.
Yikes. That is literal overkill.
17 damage.
Yeah, he is. He's Gonzo. He's dead. You kind of look around. Pretty much the only sound right now is Cosette's heavy breathing, for a moment, and the slight burn from the braziers that are still lit.
Does it seem like the danger is past?
Make a perception check.
7.
You don't hear anything. You
Okay.
don't see anything.
Well, Eska presumes the danger is past and walks over to Silverius and says, "Brace yourself, Silverius."
He steals himself.
And she lets the spell drop.
Claire is going to rush up to Cassette. She's going to lay a hand on her shoulder and cast Cure Wounds at level 3.
Whoa.
Not very impressive, but
I mean, it's not insignificant.
so yeah, 16.
60.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step up to like the edge of the stairs, and I'm gonna look around to see if there's any like noticeable traps or anything like that. Considering there was that one that like flashbanged to Silverius.
Make a perception check.
And I'm going to do 10 play on hands.
Okay.
16.
You do not see anything that could be considered a trap. No.
I don't see anything, but I don't really know magic that well. So if there's something else like that, I'm pretty much useless.
Eska says, "It's a pity we killed them. I was going to ask them if there are any facilities around here."
Let's take a look and see if we can find some.
There's a neon sign in the back with a tiny little stick person on it.
There's a short little Duragar stick, though.
The one beside it with a little skirt on.
They both have beards,
Exactly.
so it's a bit confusing. And they both have skirts.
Yeah.
Picking up where we left off, Bardoor had just taken a sort of glance around looking for traps. Now, just to confirm, you're looking from there just to see if you see anything? Or are you, like, prodding everything in the room?
I mean, I wanted to take a cursory look to see if there was anything else that kind of like, and I mean, I'll basically that, because I didn't want to walk down the stairs and then all of a sudden, got bugs after.
Yeah, I have moved you back slightly so that you're not on fire.
That's nice.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, so from up there, you do not see anything that appears to be trapped.
I'm gonna just kind of walk around the room then to like get a look at it, see what it is.
Give me investigation.
Okay.
As you look closer around the room.
3.
Nothing stands out to you here. There's no sign of like a hiding place for goodies either. You don't see a lot of anything really. What's everyone else doing?
I was just gonna say that Eska might notice Silvarius is observing her. He's not participating too much in the searching with his poor vision in the dark. He's just kind of like.
So yeah, if you're watching Eska, she probably just looks a little. I would say she's also observing herself. She just seems kind of quiet and detached and kind of thoughtful. Like she might kind of, whilst people are looking around, she might kind of take a chance to lean back against the wall and catch her breath.
I was going to inquire about the large, seems to be pile of bones in the middle of the room. Is that just general decor?
Go ahead and take a look. Give me investigation. Claire, your unicorn hammer poofs out of existence.
She looks a little sad that it's gone.
8 total for investigation.
That looks like a pile of bones.
Oh, from the way I had it zoomed out, it looked like a small grey bush. So I had to zoom in quite a bit.
Since I have no idea what's going on with the room, I'm just going to go back to look around at the door guard themselves and poke around them and see what they got.
Give me another investigation, please. So, looking at them, you see some very worn studded leather armor on the one guy who kind of seemed the toughest. It does have a shield. Everything, as they died, they kind of shrank back to regular size. So there's some regular sort of dwarf-sized studded leather armor that looks a little worse to wear. There's a shield. There's a battle axe and a spear. On the regular guys, you find war picks, which is basically just a pickaxe built for war. Javelins and some dented up scale mail and shields. On the priest, you looking at him as well?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Why not?
On him, you see a component pouch, a symbol, a carved symbol around his neck, which kind of looked a little bit like a mind flayer skull, like mind flayer, and then there's basically a skull with sort of fangs sticking down, and then it's sort of like set, like that's kind of like a skull like that, and then it's set on a background that looks like it has tentacles beneath it, but it's sort of carved.
Is there any small kobolds in the room?
There are no small kobolds immediately obvious, no.
I mean, I will announce what, I'll let everybody know what I've found as I've picked over things, but I don't feel like taking anything back to sell it. It seems trouble than it's worth. I just kind of poke around and I'm all done.
You mentioned about just a little symbol. Yeah, that would be the most intriguing one of note to Sylvaria.
You want to make a religion check? Beyond seeing the mind flayer? You're not sure.
Well, I'm going to take a javelin out and go up to the kind of raised area where they were at and just kind of poking it on the floor, kind of walking up the stairs just to kind of see if that would trigger anything. But
go ahead, roll investigation and move yourself over there.
If Cossette's searching specifically for traps, if it looks like I'm going to assist.
Okay.
Well, if there wasn't one before, I rolled a 1. So they're
you do get advantage because of Varys is helping.
Good gosh.
You wander over there and you poke around. Literally. You thought for a second you heard a click, but it was just the sound of javelin hitting stone and nothing more. Up on that sort of raised dais, doesn't seem to be anything up there. You see, you can kind of see some footprints in kind of, there's a thin dust layer in here. Footprints seem to have disturbed some of that here, but that's about it.
Is it all stone?
Yeah, it's kind of a mixture of work stone and natural cavern. The floor is mostly worked. The stairs are obviously worked, and then the walls In places, it's just they've kind of let the cavern go where it wants. In other places, they have kind of sought to like. There's a recess sort of northwest of you that looks to have been deliberately put there, but all you can see in there is a stone.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast light on my sword, just if this room looks like it's a dead.
It is now very brightly lit in here. Nothing new comes to light. The footprints that you were looking at now a little bit clearer. That's about it. Make a survival check.
7.
Everything's a bit muddled since you guys have come in. It's a little bit hard to kind of figure out whose is what. You thought you had a good line. You start following it, and then you realize you're actually following your own footsteps back.
Did anybody take that symbol off that one guy?
I think it was just looked at.
Is it on like a chain or something? Did you say it was around his neck?
Yeah.
Eska's gonna go yank that off.
Okay.
And she's gonna hold it up, and she's gonna that guy that we met before, old tentacle face. He was the purveyor. Am I remembering that right? She's gonna hold it up, and she's gonna say, "Purveyor, are you here?" Just kind of into the room.
A moment passes. And then just as you're about to give up on that thought, you hear in your mind.
You dare to speak of me?
She drops it and backs up.
Did we hear that or just her?
Just her.
Like, does it seem like that she's freaked out or anything? Can like we tell that something happened, or is it just
Give me, yeah, you're close. Give me insight.
20 unnatural?
Yeah, she dropped that like she had just picked something up out of a forge and then realized what she'd done.
So I'll ask, what happened?
I don't know how far their hearing travels, but he heard me.
Is that pendant maybe a conduit or some sort?
I don't know. He did not seem friendly. I don't know why I asked. I just felt like I wanted to know if he was still here.
I'm going to pull out my Falcata, walk over it, and do what Gimli tried to do to the One Ring.
Okay. Make an attack roll. Yeah, you swing down. The item itself was carved of wood and smashes apart easily.
Well, I guess all we know is that we should keep our guard up. More, I mean, I thought we were, but I truly hope that it is not he that has the kobold. Unless it's a bargaining chip. Would he know that we cared about it that much? I don't know.
I'm certain he's in our heads. He knows all of our thoughts.
There may come a point where we have to trade with him.
I'm unsure that he is currently. Well, why he would have captured a kobold to begin with, unless he had some sort of grand scheme, knowing we would return here precisely for the book.
I was hoping he wasn't going to answer.
So we have a room full of worshipping slaves, I would assume. with no other entrance.
What were they doing in here if this leads nowhere?
A very good question indeed. And we were thorough in our searching of the room.
Does it seem like a room that has a purpose?
I mean, you feel like the area where currently on the map, Silveris and Cosette, I feel like you may have clustered a little bit more at this point. But where they're showing on the map at the moment, the sort of the southern raised platform, feels like it could have been an altar of sorts.
Okay. So maybe some sort of makeshift temple, I suppose. Perhaps a bit of a grand name, but
They all came in here. From there, there must be somewhere else. Oh, I am correct. Time is ticking.
Were there any doors in the other room?
There's two of them, right?
Yeah, there's a couple of doors.
I didn't even bother to say that we should have checked those. I didn't even notice it.
North or south. And I guess I'll just, since it's closest, I'll like just kind of walk over to the southern door.
Nobody says anything. I'm keeping my light fully on for now, just because.
That's fine. I'm gonna check this door to see if there's anything like amiss, if there's like any traps or anything like that.
Give me investigation.
I'm gonna stand behind the barrel with my bow drawn arrow in it.
Yeah, you think it's safe.
Okay. I'm going to listen to see if I hear anything.
Okay, make a perception check.
11.
Kind of put your ear to the door and just kind of slow your breathing for a second. Don't hear anything on the other side of the door.
Okay. So I'm going to look at Eska to see if she is covering the door.
Covering.
Okay. And I'm kind of like kneel down, just kind of like push the door open and like clear the way. See so she can get a clear view of what's inside.
You see a rather mundane looking closet.
It's a closet.
Maybe it's stored more, but right now there's just a broken urn at the end. Doesn't appear to be anything else in there at a quick glance.
Took all that time.
You can probably check it out, Bardoor. It looks safe.
All right. I'll just kind of like go to the urn and just kind of like take my Falcon out and like kind of poke at it.
Throw it against the wall, Bardoor.
He smashed.
It's like I'm gonna Zelda it and I'm gonna smash it.
Does anything green fall out?
Yeah, right.
No.
Okay.
There's just a bit of dirt. That's it.
Do my dwarf shimmy on over northern door. And I'll eat process. So yeah, check in to see if there's any traps. And
Make an investigation.
17.
Does not appear to be trapped, but it does look like it might be locked.
I will try to lock pick it, I guess.
Do you have thieves' tools?
I did buy some. They're Dungeoneer's tools, thank you.
All right. Excuse me. Go ahead, just roll straight dex then.
How dare you call him a thief? He only takes stuff from dead people.
You kind of pick through your Dungeoneer's kit, try to find the most appropriate item. Feel like you've successfully undone the lock.
And then I'm gonna open it.
And inside, you see a 10-foot corridor. At the end of
Another
which
door.
is a larger door.
Does anything look suspicious about this place? This door? Or this corridor?
Roll perception.
15.
Seems safe.
So, does this door look It's locked.
Give me investigation.
Gracious. 3.
You don't think so?
It's gonna Eska, and then I'm gonna point at the door.
I have my bow drawn still.
As you go to grab the handle, your hand sticks.
Sticks to the
And-
door.
Sticks to the door.
Come on, Bardoor, get it open.
Now, you may roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Take
I
this
nat
one now.
I
I
nat
don't like
one
this
it.
one. Eska, I'm going to let you take a shot as a held action.
Oh, thank you. I
Um,
wanted to ask, but I didn't want to ask.
The door appears to be trying to attack Bardoor.
Oh, classic Bardoor. It is a 26.
26 does hit the door.
That would be embarrassing.
It would.
6 piercing.
It takes it.
Does the door seem upset by this?
It seems most perturbed.
Okay.
Would one say that this was a barred door?
We wouldn't say that. Now, it does have something of a surprise around here. Right now, Bardoor is currently considered grappled by the door. Part of the wood suddenly warps, and a fist comes out of the wood, made of wood, and tries to swing at Bardoor's head. Does a 24 hit?
Yeah.
Then it punches you in the head and deals you 7 bludgeoning damage. And then
Ow.
this weird wooden fist disappears back inside the door. Just inside the door. Bardoor, it is your turn. You are currently grappled. Speed is reduced to 0.
I had a feeling it might be that.
Since the handle's on the left, so your left hand is stuck, but you have your right hand free.
Okay, I'm gonna pull a hand axe because I feel like an appropriate hand axe. Chop
Does
some
seem
wood.
appropriate.
And I am just going to hack at this. What can I cast Hunter's Mark on the door?
Go ahead first. I forgot that you were still concentrating. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Fair.
Seeing the door on the initiative tracker is kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
21.
Phil, if you could always track where the doors are in initiative order, that would be nice.
You maintain concentration, so yes, you can use your bonus action.
All right, well, I'm gonna do
And
that.
as you focus on the door, you feel like you have successfully targeted some sort of creature.
14.
14 hits.
Then 13 points of damage.
Yeah. You chop at it. It's weird. It doesn't like when you hit it. That doesn't feel like wood. It almost kind of gloops in a little bit. There's no satisfying sort of thwack at all.
Can I continue my attacks?
Oh yeah, sure.
That's 1.
Okay. As you
Can
go
I-
to swing at it the second time, your axe actually gets stuck. So you go to bring back for another attack, your hand comes away empty.
It got
Can I-
glooped, didn't it?
It
Yeah,
got
it did.
glooped. That is absolutely correct.
Can I do my Dread Ambusher attack with and just punch it?
You absolutely can.
If you don't want to have any hands available, you can.
Yeah, basically. I'm. There's no reason going on right now. It's literally just like it's Homer. It's Homer trying to get himself out of quicksand right now. 12.
Successfully punched the door.
Sweet. Bludgeoning damage is 1 plus the Dread Ambusher with the mighty 1 there. Plus 5, so 7 total.
I mean, for a punch, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. It's
Considering
bonus.
normally you can only do 1 for a punch.
Yeah, that's why I figured whatever I get out of this, it's going to be a bonus. So
Unfortunately now, your fist is also stuck. to the middle of the door.
Oh, I'm just like if I could rage, I would be raging. So
I understand.
Yeah.
So your left hand is stuck to the door handle. Your axe is currently lodged about 2/3 of the way up, and now your fist is also stuck. So you are well and truly stuck to this door as it stands.
My base would be the head button next.
Yeah.
And he's got 2 feet.
I'm going to do this. So please,
Clay, you're up.
please end this before I do something bad to myself.
We just stand back and watch.
Yeah.
All of his feet, hands, head, everything.
Our hands are crossed. We're just watching. No, let him do it.
Well, yeah. So Claire's just gonna peek between Silverius and Eska and try to shoot a firebolt at the door, well above Bardoor's head, for an 11 to hit.
You hit, but it seems that it doesn't really have much impact. Strength of hit that you were looking for doesn't seem to do any damage. Just sort of fizzles out on the gloop. From the door, you see what appears to be something a little bit like a dwarf head comes out and tries to headbutt Bardoor. That is a 21 to hit.
It hit.
I will let you know it is currently rolling with advantage on you at the moment.
That's fair.
And yeah, it cracks you in the skull, dealing 10 bludgeoning damage. That is its turn. It does not move. Cosette.
Well, flashback to a scene in the other room where Cassette picks up both of her javelins. Flashback to current. You see them on her back. And she, I guess she picked up one to do nothing to the ground. So she really can't see very well, right? Even with Silverius' light? He's not...
Yeah, it looks like he kind of narrowed the light down. So this would be disadvantage for you. Because it is in darkness.
I get a freaking spear in the back.
So, no, it's fine. She just can't really tell, so she's like, Bardoor, get out of the way! And throws a javelin between Silverius and tries to hit the door. Oh, I guess it is a pretty wide door. I didn't.
It's 10-foot wide door. Yeah, it's a big door.
12.
Yeah, 12 hits.
So 7 piercing damage.
Okay. Yep. That javelin is now lodged in the belly of the beast. Literally, it just seems to have been looped into the door.
I guess I'll throw another one. Just running the risk of hitting Bardoor, I feel.
That would never happen.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's fine. Hits.
Ooh, nice. 11.
Yikes. You see, it seems to be struggling to keep its form right now. Looks like it's taking a lot of damage, and it's hurting bad. Eska.
Eska looks down at her arrow and says, I don't really want to have this loop into the door. Is there... So she puts her arrow back and she walks forward and she tries to dislodge Bardoor. As the strongest member of the group, I feel like it's my role.
Make an athletics check. Do you say anything, or do you just grab him?
I say, let go, door, and I yank on him. And I get a 5.
As you pull on him, you do the thing, you kind of pull back. He does not budge, and as you kind of recoil from it, you nearly fall into the door yourself. You manage to just about gather yourself before doing so. Much lower, and you might have been stuck to the door as well, to be honest.
Whew. I say, sorry, Bardoor. It's harder than I thought, and I back up back to the end of the corridor.
Anything with your bonus?
Just the apology.
Very good.
I can't emphasize how sorry I am, Bardoor.
Silverius.
Don't worry, I got it.
As S is retreating back, he's like,
Out of the way.
and he's just gonna move forward and try to. He's gonna drop his shield and two-hand chop the door.
Oh dear. It's going to be like flies on flypaper, isn't it?
15.
Yeah. 15 hits. Your sword cuts into the door with a weird sort of... And you feel you did some damage. You go to withdraw for a second strike, and you have no sword in your hand. It has remained glooped to the door. Bardoor, you feel like it is wavering. It's taken a lot of abuse here. There are, two javelins, an axe, a sword, and an arrow sticking out of it alongside your fist.
Is the face still there?
No, it warped back in.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna I was gonna smash my head in it trying to get it. Like it headbutts me, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then I go to smash it back. Like right after it goes away. You know, the blind fury rage.
Still just an unarmed strike.
Yeah, that's fine. 6.
Because of where your arms are at, you can't really get a good wind up on it, and you just sort of end up just pressing your head against the door.
Well now I'm kicking it. So
Yep.
This isn't gonna end until I have nothing left. So 18, 6 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you get a good wind up with the foot. You had one that was fairly far back. I say was fairly far back. Now it is glooped into the door. But you feel like you got a real good swing. And for a second you feel the pressure on your hands and head release a little bit, and then it tightens again. But the door is looking a little less like a door now. It's a bit like my hair was earlier, where it sort of looks not very real anymore.
I'm just rage screaming. So
Yep.
I'm not stealthing anymore.
Claire.
So we're gonna change it up this time. Claire's gonna cast a sacred flame at the door. So I'm gonna need that door to make a dexterity save.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it rolled a 12.
So he takes 8 radiant damage.
And with that, the door ignites and starts to fizzle away. Bardoor, you're able to free yourself before catching a blaze.
Oh, that's nice.
The various weapons drop on the ground in front of you. And you see a room open up.
Does it seem unusual to us that the door was alive?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, what was that?
Yes, that seems a little odd.
You were closest, Bardoor. What was it?
Bardoor, make a nature check.
10.
You are not sure what that was.
I don't know.
Quiet, Bardoor. Looks like there's life up ahead.
Alright, Captain Kirk.
So, up ahead of you, you see where the door would have been, because this is just a straight corridor. But the ground changes. It goes from the sort of loosely worked stone floor into a very fine marble floor. The wall changes, sort of this is all very deliberately carved, and the wall is etched with a design. So you can all see the far side of the room. There appears to be a bookshelf with 2 chests either side. There's a couple of you can see on the right hand side, Bardoor, you have an angle here to see there appears to be a desk. In your minds, you hear a voice.
Well done. You've come so far.
And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Ooh, that's not ominous at all.
What do you mean? There's nothing weird about
He's
that.
just congratulating.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. What have the Hand of Aegis walked into now? I guess the only way to find out is to tune in next time for more fables from the Pickled Quipper. Goodbye.